Good morning. As you can see, it's a beautiful sunny day here on the North Fork. So I decided it's the best part is to sit outside and enjoy the blue sunshine. How's everyone doing? Hi, Lauren. How are you? I'm just trying to. I know Tracy's going to join us a little bit late today. So she is at an appointment. So I am waiting for Lauren to go. Hi, Lauren. Good morning. How are you? Hi, Melissa. Today we're having Melissa Hyatt join us. Hi, Lauren. How are you?
Hey, good. How you doing?
What a beautiful morning it is
I
here.
know. I'm loving it.
I'm just adding Melissa in so she can hop on.
Awesome.
Tracy's going to be a little late today, right?
Yep.
Oh, you decided to sit outside too? It's
Oh
such a
yeah.
pretty outside. Hi, Melissa. How are you?
That's Sunita. How are you?
I'm good. I'm loving the outdoors. I guess we all have the same idea to be outside today.
Yes, it's a beautiful day.
It's so beautiful. It's so beautiful. How are you, Lauren? What's going on with you?
Oh my goodness. We're mid-move over here. So moving from in Southold to another place in Southold with a toddler is a
Oh
lot of
my.
fun.
Well, you just moved recently, so hopefully you don't have a lot of stuff to move. Do you have a lot of stuff to move?
I like things. So
Well,
yes.
I'm in the similar boat as you know, just a little bit, over the bridge and the tunnel move. But yeah, we're both working our way there. But it'll be nice to just do this every Friday from the beach. Melissa
Exactly.
from me. She lives down the block from me. So hi, welcome, Melissa. How are you?
Thank you. I'm good. I'm good on this beautiful Friday on the North Fork.
I see you have April with you.
Yeah, she hears voices and she thinks, "Oh, people are going to pay attention to me." So she like
Yeah.
hang out right next to me. Yep, there she is. This is my golden retriever, April.
Hi.
She also has her own Instagram.
Love it.
Yeah, yeah.
That's awesome. Yeah.
April the Golden. You could follow her. Yeah.
Well, it's a beautiful day. I just actually went for a walk this morning. I haven't been walking religiously. So today I was like, it is so beautiful. There's no excuse not to. So it's hot. It's hotter than I thought it would be.
It's very warm out.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm
They,
loving it.
they
I
said
know.
it, but it's warm. Did
I'm
you walk?
excited. I have a wedding this weekend, so I'm excited for this beautiful weather and to like be able to dress up and to like really enjoy it.
That's awesome. Is it local here or you have to drive somewhere?
Actually, it's in Riverhead. It's at the aquarium.
Oh,
Oh,
fun.
I
I'm
love
super excited.
I love that. Anyway, let's hop right into it. Welcome, Melissa. For those of you who don't know, Melissa Hyatt is a watercolor artist, and I'll let her introduce herself and what she does and what she's about. Take it away, Melissa.
Sure. Well, thank you for inviting me to be here. I've, let's see, been living on the North Fork for about 22 years. And I know this because my son was about 3 months old when we moved out, and now he just graduated from college. So that always marks, it's the marker of my time. But I originally grew up in Northern Connecticut, and I attended Syracuse University for surface pattern design. And when I went there, I really had no idea what that was. But I was led there by one of my professors who said, I think you're going to love this. I ended up applying to the department and being accepted. And what that's all about is I learned how to create patterns for wallpaper and fabric and china and greeting cards and wrapping paper and all those products you guys have all over your homes. Somebody like me is creating them. So I moved to New York City and I started working in the textile industry. So I worked for several fabric companies, helping them design their fabric lines. And I ended up at Waverly Fabrics, which, a very well-known brand back in like the late 90s when I was there. And I started so I was freelancing a lot, doing a lot of painting and actually creating the designs. When I went to Waverly, I was the stylist for the fabric area. So I oversaw production and I oversaw the studio, and I slowly stopped painting and drawing. But it wasn't really a conscious thing. It just kind of happened. I left Waverly when my son was born and moved out to the North Fork. And, you know, over the next few years, I kind of just felt like something's missing. What's going on? And I was kind of unhappy and I didn't know why. So I signed up for a watercolor class at the South Hold Library. I thought, why not? That. Yeah. Yeah. So I met a wonderful group of other artists and I started painting and I realized, wow, why did I stop doing this? So at that point, a lot of my my freelance work had gone onto the computer. So much design now is done. It's CAD aided design, computer aided design. So not so much hands-on, but I really, really missed the hands-on and the painting. So I sort of set about my mission to kind of create a business based around my watercolors, combining my watercolors with my textile and my surface pattern business. So fast forward now about 10 years, not quite 10 years, in 2016, I sort of launched on that path. But now I have, I license my artwork to different manufacturers to put on their products. I've got wall art and notepads and things at Home Goods and TJ Maxx. And I have cards with Calypso cards. And I have a card. If you guys shop at Trader Joe's, one of my cards is in Trader Joe's. It's a
that's so exciting.
Yeah, it's a lighthouse. I haven't seen it in person yet. I have the card samples, but this weekend I'm going up to Connecticut to see my family. And I've already told my sister, by the way, we are finding my card. We are stalking the Trader Joe's, and I want to see a picture of me with my card in the store. So
yes,
stay tuned on my story. Hopefully it happens. Yeah. And
you have people go hunting for you.
Yeah, yeah. And then this is one of my favorite products. This is my crab hoodie. And the crab is one of the first watercolor images I painted when I kind of launched into this. Okay, I want to do my own thing. Like I spent so many years designing for everybody else, right? I'm like, my turn. Now I want to do what I want to do. And so I painted the crab in watercolor and intending it to be like a textile design for fabrics. And it suddenly took on a life of its own. It's my best-selling art print. I sell it in all different sizes on my website. I've created stickers with it, cards with it. The hoodie sweatshirts is one of my new items that sells really well. People love them. And so it's just been great to be in this place. I find so much creativity and inspiration here. I have a very coastal influence to my work. And I can attribute that to living near Kenny's Beach in Southold, you know? So it's a magical place for me and a great place to, to find new products and, new adventures. Yeah.
When you were telling the story about how you pivoted from these pattern design to taking the class, I think it's so wonderful to be able to find your passion and then run with it. And, and now you're doing so much more of the water. I think you're still doing a little bit of both, right? You're doing the watercolors and the thing. Yeah. You're still doing the pattern design. So I met Melissa through the power of Instagram. I mean, another reason for why, we do this. I know you do some watercolor classes online and you hosted one. This is several years ago at Lombardi's Love Lane Market. Yep. And I'm not an artist, so let me just put that out there, but I am a food. And so obviously I wanted to try the watercolor. It was also a food and art pairing, if that makes sense. So Lauren at Lombardi's made this beautiful menu. I remember, well, it was so many years ago, but I still remember the menu. I think it was like cards and something, maybe a lemon risotto. But all the ingredients that we used in the meal were sort of put on display on these beautiful tables. And then Melissa had us pick whatever we wanted to paint. And some creative people went with artichokes. I mean, I went with a sprig of thyme. I mean, that's it. I still have it actually someplace upstairs. I should have dug it out.
I'm glad.
So tell us more about your watercolor classes that you host and how someone can participate and find their passion.
So a couple of years ago, I was asked to hang my art at Love Lane Kitchen. Carolyn is a real supporter of the local artists, and she constantly changes out the art in her restaurant. And I was so excited. I hung my art, and we got together, and she said, "Okay, sometimes we do a little like opening party. Do you want to do something? And my schedule was busy with my kids. It was summertime. She was busy. And I said to her, what I'd really love to do, I'd love to teach a watercolor class here. Now, I have to tell you, it was not my plan to say that to her. Literally, the words like came out of my mouth. And even after I said them, I'm like, did I just say that? Okay. Yeah, that's what I want to do. So she said, that would be great. I love being able to use the restaurants for community purposes. So we planned a class, and the rest is history. Now, 2.5 years later, I consistently teach courses on the North Fork Live. I mean, COVID, of course, interrupted that. But I kind of pivoted and I started doing Zoom classes, which was really fun because I got to meet artists all over the country. I had a woman from San Jose painting with me, Arizona, Florida, and it was really amazing. And I feel like it really has become part of my mission, is to just share my passion and my love for watercolor or art or any kind of creativity, because honestly, it changed my life, and it changed my life for the better. It kind of opened up a whole world to me that I'd kind of forgotten about, and just gave me like some confidence and a place to kind of go and relax and find peace. So I've got on my website, I have a workshop page on my website, and you can find me through my Instagram. All my links are there. But on my website, I constantly update my workshop schedule. I do a lot of kids classes, especially in the summer. I have a couple coming up. One's at the Old Town Arts and Crafts Guild.
Oh, love that place.
And then I host some of my own. I take the kids to like different local beaches. We'd like to go to Horton Point Lighthouse. I'm working on that right now to see if that's possible. But my website's really the best place to kind of find out about my classes. And then later this summer, I'm going to launch an online class, just really helping people discover their hidden creativity, because we're all artists. We're all creative. There's some sort of creativity inside of us. I mean, it could be cooking. Sunita, you love food. Maybe that's your art. It could be knitting. It could be writing. There's so many different things. So I really want to help. I want to really help people find that creative spot.
I think mine is becoming watching sunsets.
There you go. Oh, well, photography is a good one too. Your photography is beautiful. So
Thank
there
you.
you go.
Thank you. I wanted to.
The North Fork is so inspiring. So it's just so easy to find some new outlet that, you didn't know you had before.
Yeah, I mean, Lauren, that is perfect for what happened to you as well.
Yeah.
Moving to the city. I think living on the North Fork, or even just spending extended amount of time on the North Fork, just has this magical draw on you where you pause and go, it's so beautiful around here. When you said you have a coastal influence, of course you do. I mean, look around us. I mean, look at the view today. There's the blue skies, the blue water. Everybody's 3 minutes or 5 minutes away from either the bay or the sound. You can't help but be, coastal. I also wanted to say, again, I'm not an artist, but I did during COVID, wanted to do something. So I did take one of your online Zoom classes. And what I loved, it was so simple. I don't have any supplies. I didn't even have a brush, but you were so sweet. Melissa sent me a message saying, I'll just leave a little paint palette out for you and a brush and a watercolor paper. Come and pick it up. And that's what I did. And I like that with the watercolors. It's simple. You don't need a lot of stuff. And I recently, somebody had a birthday party. So I've been to several of Melissa's classes. We're talking about even one tube of paint lasting for so long because you need so little. So it's not a lot of supplies or investment.
No. I probably spend more money on paper than I really end up doing on paint. So, it's kind of like a scientific combination. You're adding the water with the paint. It's not a ton of pigment, whereas acrylics and oils, it is a lot of pigment. But watercolor is a little bit different. It's a matter of letting the water and the paint do its thing. And, good brushes, good paper, and, you're good to go.
I'll definitely be joining one soon. I definitely need to. It's definitely up my alley.
I would love that.
Yeah. Do a live one and we'll see what starts at the beginning and what ends up at the end.
We could. Yeah, I'm planning. I just did one on Tuesday night at the Specialty House in Greenport.
Mm-hmm.
The garden in the back, that's one of the most magical places. I just adore it there. I just love going and sipping like a latte, a chai, or, something. I would, sometimes bring my sketchbook, or I just love to just soak up the,
The atmosphere.
atmosphere. And Debbie's like, do you want to do a class here? And so we had such a great time on Tuesday. It sold out in like a week, less than a week. And now we're going to plan another one for July. So I'm excited.
Oh, great. Definitely. Yeah. Oh, well, I'm sure you'll have that information on your website,
Yes,
obviously, and you'll be promoting it on Instagram, but I'll definitely keep my eyes out for that one.
Yeah. And I do, I have an email newsletter. So if you want to find out about my courses, that's really the best way. And I promise I will not spam you. I make 2 newsletters a month. I got so many other things like going on. I will not make you crazy. But it's probably the best way. Like I like to announce my classes that way. My students know, and then they kind of jump on, and sign up that way, and just kind of keep people posted on, what's happening. So,
well, hopefully more people on here will be joining that as well. I mean, right off the bat, you've got me, so I'm coming. You
let's
can't
do
stop me.
Love it.
One of the things we say about the North Fork all the time is how the businesses all collaborate with each other. I mean, really, one of the reasons we're doing this too is because, Lauren and Tracy, we all met each other through Instagram, and we love showcasing. What I wanted to say was every store I walk into, or I should say most, I end up seeing your work, Melissa. I to be cheeky, then walk into Arnie Papery, there it is. And yesterday, I don't know if either of you have been yet, but Phoebe and Belle is hosting pop-up art show. So I was like, all right, it's opening night, a couple of friends and I went, and we're wandering. There's like, I think 7 or 8 artists there. It was beautiful, by the way. If you haven't been, I think it's on till the 31st. And I walk into the back room and there's stuff, and they're in the back, and I'm looking at this painting, and I'm like, I know this is Melissa's, and there's your big monstera, I guess from when they used to sell stuff. And I was like, see there. So I was thinking of you yesterday. I wonder if I took a I didn't, because it wasn't part of the art show. But so we can find your art all over the North Fork, really, if somebody wants to buy it.
Yeah, it's interesting because I want to say Phoebe and Belle was probably one of the first retailers. She reached out to me, and we started collaborating, and I do a lot of bird paintings. I love birds and I love nature. And so I have a series of piping plovers and terns and sandpipers and all like the local birds that you see. And I have like little prints, and I framed them, and she would buy them. She would wholesale. She's one of my wholesale customers. And she started putting them in the shop, and then she would call me. She carried some of my greeting cards as well. And it just kind of grew from there. And then I'd show her new art, and she's like, this would be great for a pillow. Could you do pillows on this for me? And so I did pillows for her, and we had such a great collaboration. I loved working with Kathy. It was really a great collab. And then from there, for me, a lot of it is finding the right fit for my work. And I'm kind of picky about, where it's going to end up and who's going to have it. And then when Melinda opened Arnie Papery, a friend of hers used to work with me in the city. And so he was moving to Southold, and he goes, I know this watercolor artist out in Southold, and you need to carry her work into shop. So he connected me with Mel. And it's so crazy, right?
It's 6 degrees of the North Fork.
Yeah, for sure. And so then she came out, and I showed her my work, and she's like, this is just a perfect fit for me. And I do some commission work with her on save the dates and invitations. I'll create custom watercolor artwork for some of her invitations. Yeah, she carries my prints and my cards. So, and that was a good fit. And then, same thing with Beach Cheeky. So I have different products in the different stores. And then I just I've been trying to get my work into somewhere in Greenport. And I've tried a couple different routes. It just never really clicked. But then I did the Cast Festival of Trees.
Oh yes, your tree was beautiful.
Event.
That was beautiful.
Thank you. So part of what we did do, we did. My tree Sutton and I, we did. But the greatest part was we had support, and we had sponsors from local businesses sponsored our tree. So Peter from Clark's
Garden.
Clark's Garden and Home in Greenport. He gave us ornaments and he gave us gifts to put under the tree. And so afterwards, I went in to thank him because they were so generous in what they gave to us. And then I said, "Oh yeah, by the way, I'm a local watercolor artist and I have cards." He goes, "Good, come in and show me your cards." And I did, and now I have my cards and some prints. It is kind of, I feel like one thing does lead to, you know.
Dear Melissa, you were a little bit tuning out at the end. I think is it
Yeah.
my hi, Lauren?
No, Melissa went a little staticky
Okay.
on me as well.
Okay.
But you're back.
Okay.
It's so great. I'm super excited to hear that you're going to be even more places. And again, finding the right fit is so clutch and so key to the success
Yeah,
and the growth of any business.
absolutely.
Um, you
Absolutely.
know, I think finding great little spots on the North Fork is just like so fun. I think it's how we love to shop on the North Fork is just finding these little shops to go into. And we ask each guest each week, tongue-tied, uh, do you have a favorite uh, farmers market that you like to go to? And if so, where do you go? What do you get? Any local tips, tricks that you love to get?
So last weekend, I went to Surrey Lane Farms,
Yes, yes. I've heard
and the
really good things.
strawberries are so delicious. And I was actually going to I've spoken to them. I've spoken to Liz about doing a watercolor workshop there at some point. So we'll probably talk again. But that's a favorite spot of mine, and it's very close to my house. So I like that.
All right. If
Awesome.
there's food and farm produce, I'm in.
Yes, yes, absolutely. Absolutely.
That's awesome. Now, there's farms in the North Fork. There's sunrises, there's sunsets. What are you, sunrise or sunset girl? And where would you go to watch one?
I am a sunset girl, and my neighborhood beach, Kenny's Beach, my fave.
I feel like if we took a poll so far, that perhaps has been the favorite of so many. I think it's just a gorgeous view. And maybe it's large because you can also walk and it gives you time to just think
Yeah.
and ponder. Have
Yeah,
you ever walking it to the inlet, Goldsmith? Is it Goldsmith's Inlet from there? I keep thinking about it, but I don't know how far it is. Is it a
it's
long?
far. It's far, so be prepared. Definitely do it earlier in the morning, but it's a gorgeous walk. It's you'll see tons of nature and wildlife, not a ton of people. Awesome. Yeah,
But
highly recommend it.
you do it from this side, right? Or can you do it from that side also?
Well, it depends on the tide at Goldsmiths because if the tide is up in the inlet, you'd have to swim across the inlet to get
Yeah.
from the parking lot at Goldsmiths to the point
Sunita's
to
out.
start.
I went for a walk this morning. Like I said, I ended up close to Kenny's, and this woman walked out from the ocean in her, not a wetsuit because it was half a bathing suit. And I was like, oh my God, it's so cold. And she's like, you don't know what you're missing. And I was like, nope. In August, I'm putting my toes in August.
Yeah.
So good
Yeah,
for
well,
her.
I like to paddleboard.
Oh,
So that's one of my favorite paddles. If I put my board in at Kenny's and then head west up towards Goldsmiths and even beyond Goldsmiths, it's beautiful with all the like sort of dunes that are happening, and it's very dramatic over there. The landscape. So that's a beautiful area. But when the bay is kind of flat, not when it's really choppy, I will be out there.
I think paddleboarding is one of my like North Fork bucket list, wish list slash need to build up my courage to do list things.
Well,
Got it.
Tracy, she's not here today. Will definitely help you with that. I went to watch her go paddleboard one day. It was beautiful. So I'm sure she'll help you. And I know I don't know where she goes or who she does it with, but they don't go too far out sometimes. And they'll
Yeah,
just off the shore and it's really nice. So maybe you want
It
to
is.
start there. I know Tracy will be
baby
there.
steps.
Do you,
Yeah.
Melissa, visit any of the beautiful vineyards we have here? And if so, what would be your go-to recommendation?
One of my favorite little spots is on Peconic Lane. It's Chronicle Wines at Peconic Cellar Door. I love Allie and Robin. And I do art classes there with them. I'm always checking out what they've got that's new. I send all my friends there, and it's just this little hidden gem. And that's for me out here. I love to find those little spots. And it's also, you know, female run, and I'm like, go girls.
Yeah.
So yeah, I love that.
Love it.
And actually, my artwork is there right now, so you guys should stop by, go see my art, and go taste some wine.
Love it. And then how about restaurants? Anywhere in particular, current favorite, a go-to?
You know, it's so hard to pick one. And I watch these interviews, and everybody always stops. You know, I'm not like a fancy food kind of person. Like occasionally I will, but I kind of like to keep it a little more simple. And I've got two, you know, teenage, college age kids, so we're usually grabbing something to go. And both of my kids worked at this restaurant, and I have to say it's one of my local favorites, and it's the North Fork Shack.
Yep.
Yep.
It's a fan favorite here.
Right? Last week, isn't that what you were saying? I know it's fun. I mean, we've done takeout, but I need to go back and just believe they have cornhole and what else? Do they have games outside?
Oh, yeah.
I painted those cornhole boards.
Oh, oh my God.
These big anchors. Yeah, these big navy blue anchors, and it says the North Fork Shack. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
I love it.
Out for Sammy. Yeah.
Nice job. Oh my God, you are everywhere. That's awesome. So tell the audience that's listening, how can we support you? How can we help you? I know you have an Instagram page. We can obviously, everybody can go like and follow that. You mentioned your email list, or we can be on your email list. So tell us how we can support you.
So
Do you have
I visit. I have some classes coming up. I would say visit, you know, some of the local shops where they have my work, because, you know, it's this community effort. Like, we all support each other. And I mean, you could certainly visit my website, and if you need prints for your home or you're looking for a gift, I mean, that's always wonderful. But I think for me, so much of my success out here has come from others, like all of us lifting each other up. And so, yeah, I would recommend, like, go see my art show. I've got an art show right now at Loveling Kitchen. It's new art, because this is not to be believed, but yesterday I got a call from the owner, from Carolyn at Loveling Kitchen, and she texted me and she goes, Melissa, all of your art sold.
Oh my God, congratulations.
I had 12 pieces there. And I said, you're kidding. You're kidding. Like, I've sold 1 piece, 2 pieces, 3 pieces there. She's like, no, all your art sold over the weekend. 3 people came in and bought a piece. Yesterday, this woman came in and literally bought the rest of them. All my work. They have flown away. I couldn't, I am still, like, in shock. I can't even believe it. But she said, can you bring more art? Like, there's nothing on the walls for the weekend.
Oh, no.
So anyway, yeah, yesterday I went and hung, it's a lot of my barns and, like, other pieces that I've done, but I went and hung some things for the weekend for her to do it. So yeah, I would just say, you know, visit those places where my art is and support them. And, you know, if you need some art, I would love to be hanging on your wall. So
that's awesome. That's awesome. All right. We thank you, Melissa, for joining us. I'd like to wrap everybody sharing what might be coming up for them this weekend or what's going on. I know, Melissa, you already said, I guess you're going to be collecting more art to take there.
Yeah.
Plans are, because I know it's a beautiful, beautiful weather around here. So do you have any weekend plans you're going to go to enjoy?
Me? You're asking me? Yeah. I'm actually heading to Connecticut to go see family. So I'll be on the ferry. I'll be on the ferry.
I'm post the shot of the ferry, so I'll look forward to that, because it's a beautiful ferry ride.
Absolutely.
What do you have going on, Lauren, or what do you recommend that we go try?
What should we do this weekend? Honestly, I have that. Say it again.
Packing and moving.
Packing and moving. If anyone wants to help, feel free to pop over. No, I think I have this wedding. I'm so excited to go to the aquarium. I haven't been post-COVID, so I'm super excited, and I'll be posting some pictures on Instagram, just gussied up versions of us.
Oh, nice.
Pre-COVID attires.
Forward to that. Yesterday, like I said, I went to the pop-up at Phoebe and Belle.
Yeah.
And it was packed, by the way. I mean, and I think everybody just needs to get out of the house and do something nice. And it's kind of weird to not have a mask on and see people's faces. I'm like, oh, I recognize now. So anyway, that would be my one thing to go do if you haven't been. I think it just opened yesterday. So
Yes.
check out beautiful art. Since we're talking about art, the other thing I want is on my bucket list for today is I want to try to make it to the lavender farm because I think they're
They
English.
just bloomed.
Oh, really?
Excuse me. Yeah. So I'm hoping while the weather is nice, I was hoping to drive there this morning and do the live from there. And then I thought, "Ooh, I'm not ready yet." So later today, if I do, I'll add some stories.
Sunita, I've been to 3 yard sales already this morning. Come on. Come on.
Oh, I need one. I saw a big one that's happening too. Did you go to, was it Mr. Cleanouts or whatever? Did you
Oh
go
my
there?
God. Yes, it was just as packed as Phoebe and Belle last night. Let me tell you, people were, it was
it
a
looked
good one. Yeah, it was a really good one. Yep. And there's another one in Jamesport as well that was fantastic.
Okay, one of these days you're going to have to take me with you there. I just see.
Oh, yes.
Right
I see
on.
my mother-in-law just jumped on. She's my partner in crime when it goes to yard sailing.
Oh God, God bless you guys. That is not my thing.
Honestly, it's such like I meet more people at yard sales than anywhere else, and
That's so fun.
and it's just so fun to go with Patrice, and it's just it's a nice little bonding time for the girls.
That's awesome.
You
That's
guys,
awesome.
so you're up and early and out. Like, I mean, do you have a plan to wake up at 8 and coffee and out the door? Or?
8 o'clock. My baby's up at 5:30. Yeah, no, we're up and out the door by like 7:30. We're at the first yard sale by 7:45, and we have it all planned out.
Okay. One of the days I'll wake up early and go, but it does sound like a fun thing to do. It does sound
It
like
is.
So that's it. Go yard sailing,
Yes.
go to the lavender farm, go to the art show, and go visit Melissa's art in all of these places and pick something up. Thank you, everyone, for joining.
Thanks,
you,
Melissa.
Thanks for having me.
Be well.
Lauren. See you later. Bye.
Have a great day.
Thank you. Bye.